Hi Taurus, and welcome to your full moon in Sagittarius reading. Obviously I'm posting this a while after the full moon, so we're asking Spirit, what is the full moon leaving for you? The whole point behind this reading is to have a look at that in-between period between the full moon and the new moon. You're usually encouraged to completely wrap up unfinished cycles or to resolve cycles so that you can embrace new beginnings. So it can be an interesting time for a fixed sign like yourselves. Let's see what the Sagittarius full moon is leaving for you. This reading is intended for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, those who have strong Taurus placements in their natal charts. Spirit, what is the full moon in Sagittarius leaving Taurus? What is the full moon in Sagittarius leaving Taurus? Okay, we'll move these over. We'll take the bottom deck energy. Two of Swords. Okay. So let's have a look at the numbers here, Taurus. We have a 2, we have a 6, we have a 5, 7, and we also have a 14 with the King of Cups. So I do feel like this full moon in Sagittarius has given you some interesting feelings of nostalgia. It's like it's trying to help you reconnect with your inner child and bring you closer towards the activities, the memories, the experiences, and the people who help you be your most natural, loving, joyful self. With the Six of Cups in the middle of your spread, this does feel very wholesome. It feels very sweet, almost innocent. There's a strong connection to your childhood here, and the full moon left you with these warm, fuzzy feelings to help you figure out how to move forward. There are some decisions which feel quite big that you're making before the next new moon, so that it feels like the next new moon reflects the start of a new chapter for you in some way. I do see with the Star card reversed, you're being a little bit haunted by your past here. There are certain things popping up around you in your environment, and especially on technology or digital devices, that is making you remember your past and remember things about who you used to be. And it feels bittersweet when it's in the stars' energy, because ultimately we're aware of how we can't change the past, we can't move back, but the stars' energy is there to guide us forward, is there to give us hope and optimism about the future. So when we're feeling like we're being haunted by our past here, it does make the future feel a little anxious. Like you kind of feel like, okay, did I make the right choices? Am I moving in the right direction? Is this going to be the solution that I need to feel the connection to my future that I want? Because for some reason you're feeling more drawn to your past right now. And we can see with the Hierophant, your energy over here, Taurus energy, in an uncomfortable position. So at the moment, the full moon is encouraging you to get out of your comfort zone, to challenge your structured way of doing things, and to maybe restructure your routine and how you interact with your immediate environment so that there's more flexibility for new ways of doing things. With the Hierophant reversed, you're also being encouraged to be more careful about who you turn to for advice, because not everybody, first of all, shares your vision for the future, but second of all, you seem to be expecting support and advice from people that want you to do things their way. With the Hierophant reversed, instead of fully wanting you to be happy and pursue your nature and maybe challenge yourself in the right way, it feels like they want you to do things their way. And so the way that I would describe this is how, say you're wanting a change in your career and you feel like you're at that point where you need to challenge yourself, you need to do something different. So you're applying for jobs that have very different titles but whose duties are similar to what you have experience in. It represents you raising your aspirations, pushing yourself out of a comfort zone, and challenging yourself to do something. Instead of receiving the support you may want and need from a close loved one, you may have them instigating shadows of doubt, and instead coming from a space of wanting to protect you, but also not really supporting you in the way that you need. And the intentions might be good, but it just feels like it's not helpful. So the practical advice you're receiving right now doesn't feel helpful. It feels well intended. The sentimental aspect is there. We can kind of see where they're coming from, but we can't directly translate that advice into helpful, practical actions. And so with the King of Cups reversed, this is an overall feeling of you feeling like you have to keep certain things to yourself. The full moon in Sagittarius tried to help you unmask a lot of emotions by giving you these warm and fuzzy feelings so that you could reconnect with the right people. This could have been siblings, old childhood friends, or parents and parental figures who you haven't seen in some time. And yet now it just feels, with the King of Cups reversed, like you just didn't get enough from them. You're either still feeling like there's more to say, there's more to do, or there's just some feelings that aren't quite resolved, that you're having to either keep to yourself or just bury for now until the opportunity arises to express them better. And so this isn't a comfortable feeling. A King of Cups reversed is the kind of feeling that leaves a tightness in your chest, where you know that you have something more to say, but the circumstances just aren't right yet. And it's a tightness in your chest because it's weighing on your conscience, and it's also weighing on your heart. You feel in your heart that the right thing to do is to express your emotional truth, and yet it just doesn't seem like you're being given the right time to. So your heart is definitely leading you through this transition period between the full moon and the new moon, and your heart is encouraging you, Taurus, to find some sort of emotional resolution so that you can make better decisions in the immediate future. Not only has a new cycle already started for you, but by the time the new moon comes into effect, that energy is going to take up a lot of your focus and your attention. And so you do need to prepare for that cycle. There may be a day, or it could be a week, it could be a month, because of how the moon cycles move, where you're just needing to put in a lot of time and attention into this new chapter. And embracing that new chapter is about feeling confident in the choices that you're making, feeling clear about the direction you're heading in, and having a strong foundation to guide you. And that's going to be about being strong within yourself, because for some reason your environment isn't supporting the changes that you're going through. Your environment wants you to still be how you were before everything changed. And that environment includes people you interact with on a daily or regular basis. While they mean well, they're just not connecting with your vision, and they're not considering what your heart totally wants. They're coming from their own angle of trying to either protect you or expecting you to act the way you've always acted. So that is what I'm seeing for you, Taurus. That is what the full moon in Sagittarius is leaving you, and that is how your transitionary period is leading you through your new beginnings, helping you feel more connected to your actions, and also reminding you how big your heart is. I think a lot of Taurus people forget that their ruler is Venus, and that level of earth-based connection is just it has a strong empathetic aspect that I think some Taurus people can pretend isn't there at times. When they get really busy, they can just lock in and become very task oriented, but really your empathy is very important to you. And so leading with your heart in this new cycle is going to be very important to you. Making sure that your conscience is clear and that you're doing what you need to do because it's the right thing to do for you is going to be very important for you. Thank you for your time, Taurus. I wish you all the best moving forward. If you want to see more from me, consider subscribing to be a part of future posts. Remember to turn notifications on. I don't post a lot, but I'm going to try to post more. So I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Bye.